don't fight it. I want you with my mind and body and soul. Stay afloat, go, rock the boat.
Hey you guys, welcome to my slick back video. So I'm looking kind of crazy right now, but I'm just going ahead and taking these braids out. Okay, my hair is in 4 plaits and I already deep conditioned and washed my hair, and all I have in it right now is some leave-in conditioner. So I'm just taking my time to take these braids out, but I'm only gonna take the back 2 out first. So the braids in the front, I'm just gonna pin them up, okay, keep them out the way. And I think that's the best thing, because when you brush in the back of your head, you don't want all the hair to be in the way. Grab your spray bottle and put some warm water inside of it and just lightly spray the back of your head. Don't make it overly damp because you don't want your hair to shrink up too much after having them in the braids, but you do want your hair to be malleable. So just go ahead and do that and make sure there's no tangles or any knots in your hair, so when you start brushing, it's smooth. Take a regular hair scrunchie or a silk scrunchie and use it to keep like a placeholder on your ponytail. This is not going to be the official hairband that I use, but I use it, like I said, like a placeholder, because I'm going to take this ponytail down a few times during this entire process, and the scrunchie makes it a lot easier to do that without pulling out any hairs. I feel like regular hairbands are going to cause breakage. Just go ahead and spray the roots and not the ends. You don't want the ends to be overly wet. I took the scrunchie out, and so I'm just brushing it into a ponytail with my hand. This part is sped up because it's pretty basic, but I'm just making sure that it's as smooth as possible. I don't like for there to be any lumps in my hair. So just do this until you get all of the hair nice and neat, and then use one hand to hold the ponytail, take out any tangles that could have formed in the actual ponytail part, and then go ahead and put the scrunchie right back in. I took the plaits that were in the front out, and I'm making sure that the part I created is really straight. And now I'm starting to work with one side. As you can see, I'm spraying those roots again and making sure it's slightly damp. I'm taking my soft brush or my bristle brush and making sure that I can just brush over the top. And I'm doing basically the same thing I did in the back, but just angling the hair. I like to make sure I have some type of tension on the hair while I'm brushing, just so that the water doesn't allow my hair to revert all the way, and it just makes it easier for the hair to lay flat on my head. I then turn and angle my body so that I can angle the hairs that are in the back to blend into the ponytail that's already there, which is why the placeholder becomes useful, because it just keeps the hair in the back in that spot while I'm brushing the hair on top of it. I'm about to put that scrunchie right back in so I can have both of my hands available to do that last top section. You're going to do the exact same thing, so go ahead and spray that root section. Okay, get it nice and wet and juicy, because you don't want it to be too dry for when you put that brush. The brush I am using is a medium bristle brush. Yeah, it's not soft, but it's a medium, okay? And I just like to do that to make everything nice and smooth. Make sure you get under there, all right? But y'all can just watch what I'm doing, honestly, because it's pretty self-explanatory. Wetline Xtreme gel is the one I'm going to be using today, and this one is a really good gel, I ain't gonna lie. It's a little hard to open after spraying your hair so much, your hands be wet, but your girl got it open. This is the consistency. It's very, very, very thick, so very tight for hair friendly. it's gonna give you that hold, okay? So don't even worry about that, but you're gonna need a lot of it, so do not be shy. Take a big old glop of that thing and smudge it all on your hair. I'm gonna be completely honest, I use like a whole cup of gel to get this style, and I'm unapologetic about it because it comes out looking good every time. And yeah, that's just the fact. So don't hold back, put as much gel as you need, there's never too much. Applying the gels to only the top of my hair was a game changer. It allowed my hair to completely dry. When I used to put the gel throughout my entire ponytail, the gel would still be wet and icky on the inside. And I used to hate that. And it also used to make it really difficult for my ponytail to stay stretched because the gel would just make my hair continue to be wet the entire time I had the style. I remember taking the ponytail down at the end of the wear and the inside of my hair would still be soaking wet, and it honestly had a smell. So I learned just to put it on the top. Just don't forget to brush behind your ears. I noticed that it's a part that I used to miss when I first started. So just make sure you go and touch that up and then you should be fine. At this point, I've tightened my ponytail to the exact tightness I liked and made sure that my hair was super smooth the way I like it. And I'm putting my scrunchie in one last time and then pulling it tight. You always gotta hit that move at the end. It's law. At this point, I'm feeling myself like, look at that. I ain't even put nothing. I didn't even put no scarf on or nothing. Like this is just straight out the box. This is just straight out the box. Okay, like this is great. I love it. This is my go-to. Interview, slick back. Got class, slick back. Going out with friends, don't know the style? Yeah, I'm gonna hit that slick back. I'm over here screaming slick back clean because I just know I be killing it, y'all. Like, I really do love doing a slick back. I try not to do them too often because if I do them too often, I do notice I get breakage at the top of my head just because all the tension that you put into your hair to get this style, especially having thick, and long hair. So I honestly recommend only doing this once or twice a month. I use a toothbrush to clean up the edges, and the one I recommend is this type of toothbrush, the one where the bristles are all evenly aligned. That is going to make sure that your hair is as even as possible along them edges. But this type of toothbrush is the best because it's going to lay them equally. Like when I use a toothbrush that has different length bristles, it doesn't really do the job. So go out to the Dollar Tree. I believe that's where I got this one, and it's gonna be $1 because it's at Dollar Tree. But anywhere you can find a toothbrush with a straight bristle brush, go ahead. If you want to use those brushes that have the comb on the end and then like the brush on the other side, you can use those as well. But I feel like those are better for doing baby hairs and not laying a slick back. So that's it. And you know, you see I'm flipping back my ear to get behind there. You want to do that as well. In this video, I missed my kitchen. You see that my kitchen, how it was looking crazy? I missed it, but don't be like me. Catch that kitchen and make sure it is nice and smooth into the ponytail. And don't worry, y'all, I didn't leave the house like that. I caught it before I left and smoothed it over. But just so y'all know. Once my hair is laid the way I like it to be, to follow up with a grease. The one I'm going to be putting in my hair today is the Do Grow grease, and this just helps with adding to the shine. The gel is going to add shine, but I like grease, and a lot of people stop using grease for whatever reason, but it's a holy grail in the black community. This is the heat protectant I like to put on top of my hair once I'm done because I will be using the blow dryer to finish off this style. I got this from my local beauty supply store. I will find it and put the link in the description box. It was around, I think, like $6 or $7, but I really love it because it has a creamy texture versus like a liquidy texture. To achieve the perfect slick back, you're going to want to find a scarf that's very flowy and see-through. If you cannot see through the scarf, you do not want to use it for your slick back. It's going to cause your hair to never ever dry, especially not a satin one. Do not use no satin scarf to set your slick back. I repeat, Do not use a satin scarf to lay down your slick back. If you can see through it, that's a good indication that your hair is going to dry very quickly, especially since we're going to use the blow dryer to set the top gel part. That's important. So just make sure you got it on tight. I usually do it for about 5 minutes, so just go ahead and set a timer for 5 minutes, and then once it goes off, you can stop blow drying and let your hair dry. I went ahead and split my hair in two. I bended one side and now I'm spraying the other one with the warm water. I'm about to detangle it thoroughly, and that's why after you brush your hair so much, it's good for you to go in and detangle it. I'm using my easy detangler to get rid of all of the tangles that happen during this process, and I'm just making sure it's nice and neat. You can go ahead and add any other products you may want to use, like a more leave-in conditioner or a curl smoothie, you know, whatever you like to do to keep your hair moisturized. I'm using a twisting souffle just because it was the only thing I had around at the time, and it's very, very moisturizing, and I love this product by Mielle. It's probably not my first choice for a slick back, but I was in a rush. Now taking these regular hair ties that do not have metal on them, very important, and I am banding up my hair. The banding method is perfect for stretching your hair and keeping everything together. I also do this when I go to sleep with this hairstyle, so I'm doing the same thing to the other side. I almost forgot this part, but I do use the heat protectant for the actual ponytail as well. So I took the bands down, I'm putting the product back in just to reband them. And I do this because I like to blow dry my ponytail too, so that it stays in this stretched state. You don't have to do this. I mean, your hair will stay like this if you have time, but just to speed up the process before I go to bed, since I put a lot of products in my hair, I just like to lightly blow dry right before I hit the bed. So I will set my timer for 5 minutes again. It's the next morning, and oh, look at her. She looks great, guys. What do you think? Let me know. Please do. I think it's set pretty well. The next thing I'm doing is just taking these bands out, okay? And y'all are about to see the amount of stretch I get, all right? It's pretty serious. At this point, I switched the band I had in previously, the scrunchie, in for a regular hair tie, and I just pull it as tight as possible. I like to put 2 hair ties in, okay? Like I said earlier, make sure there is no metal piece. Ooh, y'all see that kitchen? I know it looks so crazy, but I promise I cleaned that up. I'm using Braid Sheen to just shine this thing up one last time. I used grease before, but now I'm using the Braid Sheen. And I know I ain't got no braids in, but it gets the job done, okay? So if you don't want to use Braid Sheen, you can use any other oil. I just like it because it lasts all day. I'm done with my slick back, and I really love the results. Honestly, this is a style that I would never, ever, ever get tired of doing. It's like my go-to when I don't know which style to do. I think it came out good, okay? And I love it. I really want to take pictures today. I'm feeling kind of cute. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Go ahead and thumbs up this video, share with your friends, and try it out and tell me what you think. Let me know if it works for you, sis. Like, let me know. Okay? I'll see you next time. Bye.
This is where it goes. You guys make love. This is where it goes.
You don't have to bother, baby. This is where it goes.